His Majesty the Sultan sends a cable of greetings to His Excellency the President of Pakistan on his country's Independence Day anniversary. As signed by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness the Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs receives the Egyptian ambassador to the Sultanate of Oman to bid him farewell at the end of his mission. And OQ Exploration and Production's total revenues during the first half of 2025 exceeds 428 million Omani riyals. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Asif Ali Zardari of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan on the occasion of his country's Independence Day anniversary. Signed by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs, received in his office today His Excellency Khalid Mohammed Abdul Halim Radi, Ambassador of the Arab Republic of Egypt to the Sultanate of Oman, to bid him farewell at the end of his mission. His Highness the Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs thanked the ambassador for his efforts to strengthen bilateral relations between the Sultanate of Oman and his country, wishing him continued success. His Excellency the ambassador expressed his gratitude to His Majesty the Sultan for the support he received during his mission in the Sultanate of Oman, which facilitated carrying out his duties, wishing His Majesty good health and long life, and for the Sultanate of Oman further progress and prosperity under His Majesty's wise leadership. The Sultanate of Oman and the State of St. Kitts and Nevis signed a joint statement in New York on the establishment of diplomatic relations based on cooperation and friendship. The statement was signed on behalf of the government of the Sultanate of Oman by His Excellency Ambassador Omar bin Said Al Kathiri, Permanent Representative of the Sultanate of Oman to the United Nations, and on behalf of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis by Her Excellency Ambassador Maurice Agatha Williams, Permanent Representative of St. Kitts and Nevis to the United Nations. During the signing ceremony, Her Excellency the Ambassador of St. Kitts and Nevis conveyed the greetings of His Excellency Dr. Terence Droe, Prime Minister, and His Excellency Denzel Douglas, Foreign Minister at the State of St. Kitts and Nevis, to the Omani government, indicating her country's aspiration to upgrade the level of bilateral relations between the two countries. His Excellency the Permanent Representative of the Sultanate of Oman stressed the government of the Sultanate of Oman's welcome of this important step, which stems from the interest both countries attach to establishing diplomatic relations, laying the foundation for strengthening joint dialogue and opening up horizons of cooperation to serve the interests of the two countries and nations. The Sultanate of Oman affirmed its full support of the efforts of the Security Council and UN initiatives aimed at confronting maritime challenges and threats. It called for enhanced regional and international cooperation and continued coordination to support the safety of navigation and maritime security. This came during the Sultanate of Oman's speech delivered by First Secretary His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Harib Al Said, member of the Sultanate of Oman's permanent mission to the United Nations in New York, before the high-level session held by the Security Council entitled Maritime Security, Prevention, Innovation, and International Cooperation to Address Emerging Challenges, within the framework of the discussion of the item Preservation of International Peace and Security. The Sultanate of Oman highlighted the importance it attaches to maritime security, given its natural resources, surrounding geographical factors, and strategic geographical location overlooking the Strait of Hormuz, a strategic passageway for international trade, maritime navigation, and global oil exports transported by sea. OQ Exploration and Production has posted robust half-year results, maintaining steady output and growing sales despite a drop in oil prices. The company credits asset optimization and major new projects for driving its performance. More on this in this report.
OQ Exploration and Production recorded solid performance in the first half of this year, overcoming the impact of lower oil prices. Audited results show revenues above 428 million Omani riyals, with EBITDA exceeding 317 million. Net profit eased 11% to just over 166 million riyals. Daily production averaged 222,300 barrels of oil and condensate, while sales volumes rose by 11%. The company's growth was driven by early startup of the BSAT-C expansion in Block 60, extension of the Block 53 agreement to 2050 with improved terms, and the launch of construction on an LNG jetty due in 2028. OQ also signed new exploration agreements with leading international partners. OQ Exploration and Production currently holds a portfolio of 14 oil and gas exploration and production assets in Oman, and in the first half of this year initiated multiple projects and agreements to further expand its portfolio.
Still to come in our news bulletin. Duqum supports its environmental scene by planting 11,000 trees. An economic symposium titled The Future of Sustainable Energy and Facilities Management was held in Salalah. Unifying efforts to transition to a green economy in the Sultanate of Oman was the goal of the event, which reviewed the strategies of some government and private entities in using clean energy in operations and management. This symposium was organized by the Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Dhafar in collaboration with Global Chemical Systems to discuss future transformations and innovations in energy and smart facilities management. It aimed to strengthen partnerships and highlight the latest technologies for achieving efficiency and sustainability in support of the goals of Oman Vision 2040 and Net Zero by 2050. The symposium was held under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Marwan bin Turki Al Said, Governor of Dhafar. Oman Hydrogen Company, Hydrum, the coordinator and master planner of the green hydrogen sector in the Sultanate of Oman, has announced a new financial incentive package to boost the commercial viability of projects awarded in the third round of public bidding for green hydrogen development. The initiative aims to reinforce Oman's position as a competitive and sustainable global hub for green hydrogen. It is designed to improve the economic feasibility of projects in their early stages, increase investment appeal by raising the internal rate of return, and accelerate the timeline toward final investment decision. Oman Air has announced a strategic partnership with Turkish Airlines for their frequent flyer programs. This collaboration will allow members of both airlines to earn and redeem miles across a wider global network. Members of Turkish Airlines' Miles and Smiles loyalty program will be able to take advantage of Oman Air flights to Muscat, Salalah, and Khasab, in addition to all other destinations. Members of Oman Air's Sendbad's loyalty program will also have the opportunity to collect and redeem miles across Turkish Airlines' global network, covering destinations in Turkey, Europe, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and the Americas. Comprehensive plans for afforestation and increasing green spaces were implemented by Duqum Free Economic Zone during the last years. These green areas, which costed more than 4 million Omani riyals, have revolutionized the environmental and aesthetic scene of the zone. During the first stage, 3,414 trees were planted, a green area exceeding 24,000 square meters was established, and a modern irrigation system was installed. The plantations covered main streets such as Said bin Taymur Street and Sai Street. The second stage contains expanding the green spaces to plant 8,000 trees covering an area of 24,000 square meters, alongside establishing the first agricultural nursery in Duqum, which covers an area of 5,000 square meters, to support producing seedlings and reinforce green initiatives. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we wrap up tonight's bulletin, here's a recap of our main headlines. His Majesty the Sultan sends a cable of greetings to His Excellency the President of Pakistan on his country's Independence Day anniversary. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness the Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs receives the Egyptian ambassador to the Sultanate of Oman to bid him farewell at the end of his mission. And OQ Exploration and Production's total revenues during the first half of 2025 exceeds 428 million Omani riyals. With that, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.